This video is sponsored by Wildlife Command Center Coffee. More about them at the end of the video. Hey everybody, it's me, John Ward, and I am back again with another Dark Park film reviews. And this is a Dollar Tree or $1.25 tree review of some more current releases. I know I just did one last week, and now here's another one. As I've mentioned in a couple other videos, I'm going to be taking a break for a little bit so I can actually get some film projects done. So I wanted to show you guys the most recent purchases. So hopefully these will be there when you go look. And then by the time that I come back, there'll be a whole bunch of new stuff to look at. Plus, I just got a lot of it. And if I don't start doing videos on it now, it's just going to pile up. And then I won't know what I've done and what I haven't done. So, but first, an update. I'd originally found Being on DVD, which I thought looked really cool. And this is one of those ones that has an interesting cast, like Lance Hendrickson is in it. Robert John Burke, of course, he was RoboCop 3. Those are the two interesting people. I like the cover and all that. So whenever I do find Blu-ray versions, I get them. And I was like upgrading since I think, yeah, this was probably the $1.25 one. So I know this was definitely $1. But let's see. This is Echo Bridge, so I don't think there's any. Yeah, there's really no difference between the two as far as like special features and stuff go. But this is the Blu-ray DVD combo pack. So you get both, which is pretty awesome. Which means this can go into the Zia Records pile. So that's an update there. So be on the lookout for Being, because that looks kind of like a cool flick when you go in. But I'm not counting that as one of my 10 that we'll be looking at today. So let me double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, 10. And 2 of them are Blu-ray. The rest are DVD. So the first one we're going to take a look at, and this is odd. I'll say this before I start, is a fair amount of these are mainstream movies, kind of like some of the other videos I've done. So they're MGM and other people are just bringing out these mainstream movies at, I guess now, $1.25. But so this is kind of a half and half of known and not known. So now we'll go. The first one that we have here is a Blu-ray, and it is a Blu-ray DVD combo pack, so no reason to upgrade this one. And it's called Last Call. And it says, before there were rock stars, there was Dylan. Now, I thought this was about Bob Dylan, and it's not. It's actually about the poet Dylan Thomas, which is fine because I like poetry and stuff like that. So I'm up for watching this, but I actually did think it was about Bob Dylan. I don't know why, since this doesn't look like Dylan at all, like Bob Dylan at all here. But it's got John Malkovich. That's pretty much the only person I know. It's a Steven Bernstein film. Yeah, I don't know any of these other people that are on here. So they got Malkovich first, but then of course he's last in the credits because he's probably in the movie for like 5 minutes. They had him for like 1 or 2 days on side. But since he's the biggest name, he goes here. But the and credit is actually a good credit to have. And or with, or these are good credits to have. So And I guess the cover is okay. I mean, guess this is supposed to be Dylan Walsh and he's reading poetry into a microphone. There we go. Probably at some sort of bar setting, which is why it's black in the background. So we have its side. Oh, they put everybody's name on the side there too. Pretty tiny. Here's the back. And Echo Bridge. Echo Bridge is releasing a lot of bigger films now. And I'm not seeing any special features. It's not rated. It's 2020. Widescreen. 110 minutes color. Lot of producers on this thing. John Malkovich is one of them. That's one of the ways they probably got him. I don't notice anybody else. Just checking if anybody, because there's a lot of credits here. So are there any? A couple doctors are listed as executive producers. More than a couple, actually. Yeah, I don't recognize anybody but John, except for John Malkovich. Hey, Sam Raimi, funded the original Evil Dead through dentist because his brother was a dentist. So they just showed him, some footage. I think they watched Within the Woods, and then dentist gave money to the Evil Dead. So I guess you get it where you can. If you get it from doctors, you get it from doctors. Okay, so let's find out what this is about. Last Call is a fictional account of the final days of the exuberant excuse me, and notorious Polish poet Dylan Thomas as he sets out on a final poetry tour in New York. So it's fictional. So this isn't... Okay, so none of this happened, maybe? Desperate for money and with a wife and 3 children dependent on him, Thomas accepts a job believing it's beneath him. He spends his time in the city drinking at the White House Tavern and becoming increasingly ill between the poetry readings. Everything comes to a head when he goes on a bender so extreme he cannot perform the last lecture, makes a scene at the bar, and has his final drink while ruminating on his life, death, and concept of love. Sounds depressing. So you got, looks like John Welsh, maybe he dancing with his wife or something and at the bar. This woman here looks like she could be that woman there. Students cheering. John Welsh at the beach, maybe with his wife or soon-to-be wife. John Malkovich, very clearly a black and white, or like a vintage picture of John Malkovich. And then might be Dylan Thomas and somebody else talking right here. Not sure. All right. Not very creative, but Blu-ray up there, DVD there. Okay. All right. So then the next one is also another Blu-ray DVD combo pack, and it's called Broken Swords: The Last in Line. War is Coming. Nothing really on the front here. It's a decent picture. I like it. Blue really seems to be a theme with these type of things. So this is a maybe like a sword and sandals type of thing. So it looks like kind of a Lord of the Rings. That's probably our lead. That looks like a woman with a sword. Man carrying maybe like a mace. Got a guy yelling right there. Woman looking annoyed. And then you got a black guy with a long sword, like a broadsword right there. And a bunch of people down here. Like they're getting ready to go to battle. That's not bad looking. I think I bought this one twice by mistake. So that one is now in the Zia Records pile. So let's see. This is also Echo Bridge. English, widescreen, 98 minutes color, 2018, not rated. Directed by Michael Babbitt. Christopher Lee Jones is the writer. He's also one of the creators, along with Michael Babbitt. A lot of these films recently have the same last name. So they're for like brothers, sisters, maybe wives, husbands, things like that. So editor is Michael Babbitt. Executive producers are Frank and Cheryl Babbitt. Another set of executive producers is Krista and Michael Babbitt. Then there's a producer, Krista Babbitt. I didn't know that she could be a producer and an executive producer at the same time. Created by the Christopher Lee Jones, Michael Babbitt, written by Christopher Lee Jones, directed by Michael Babbitt. So it looks like maybe this was originally 2018, but it came out 2019. So that looks like our lead there from the front. Bow and arrows, sword. Got like a lizard eye here, maybe like a crocodile eye. That looks like our guy from the front down here. Woman with bow and arrow. That looks like her. And then you got this guy here with blood on his face, and that looks like he's the guy who's yelling or like angry right there. All right, so let's see what this is about. A war rages between the frost giants of the icy realm of Noshik and the sky worshipping Templars of Samada on the land of Ardemore, which lies between the kingdoms. The Broken Swords, a group of mercenaries who fight by their own code of morals, are hired by the people of Denmore to protect them against both armies. But when their captain loses his mind, he puts the mercenaries on the wrong side of all three armies. This is the exclamation point there. Kind of like, can you believe it? He's gone mad type of thing. The remaining mercenaries must survive the night with every enemy banded together in their quest to take them out before the sun rises. Okay. I like frost giants and sky worshipping Templars. Sounds good. It might be worth a watch. All right. I have so many movies. I think I could watch a film a day and I still won't get through them all, even if I like died of old age at like 90 or something. And because it's Echo Bridge, it's of course the same, but Blu-ray, DVD. I did that backwards. DVD, Blu-ray. I must be living in like a mirror world. Okay, so the next one is our first DVD. And this is a little bit of an update too. It's actually another one from Shudder. So it says a Shudder original, and that's Scare Package. I've heard this is pretty good. I haven't seen it. The trailer looks good, but I'm surprised at how many Shudder movies are now at Dollar Tree, $1.25 tree. It's a good cover. Kind of looks like the hand from the House movies. And these are also see like VHS tapes. One Time in the Woods, Cold Open. I wonder if these are stories in it. Horror Something. Mist, maybe. Can't tell. Girls Night Out of Body. That's another one there. If you don't know the rules, you'll never make it out alive. That's what it says. It's a decent cover for like an anthology. Today I am drinking out of my Dollar Tree mug. I thought that was appropriate. I have two pet ones. So this is Life is Better with a Furry Companion. For me, it would be Life is Better with a Furry Companions, since I have my two kitties. But I thought this was appropriate for today because it's Dollar Tree, and that's Dollar Tree. Every once in a while, they have like a cool kind of pet mug that I pick up. As long as I can kind of equate it with the cats, then I'm good. You know, obviously, I'm not going to get one that says a dog makes me happy because I don't own a dog. Even though I like dogs, I like all animals. Okay, so let's take a look on the side. And this is that RLJE Films. Oh, very dark back cover. Very dark. Kind of see that. It's like blue on black. Not a good choice. Maybe do like yellow. Let's see. There is a review. A fun and fantastic love letter to horror that is from iHorror. Whip smart, inventive, and endlessly funny from BFI. Never heard of these companies. No, I've actually no. I've heard of iHorror. I've heard of iHorror. I don't know BFI though. Special features. You get creators' commentary on the film. It's an interesting way of putting it. Commenting on their films that have better commentary tracks. That's interesting. Let me read that again. Creators' commentary on the film, commenting on other films that have better commentary tracks. Okay. Interesting. So when I watch this, I'll have to check that out to find out exactly what that is. A bonus segment, Locker Room Z, then Rad Chad's Rad Ad, the Scary Package blooper reel, original not as good ending. Oh, there's Joe Bob Briggs. It's kind of hard to. So it looks like woman screaming, monster, like man monster, Joe Bob, and crazy woman like laughing insanely or yelling. Let's see. God, it's very short. That's good for me, actually. Chad Buckley is a lonely horror aficionado spending his days overseeing a struggling video store and arguing with his only customer, Sam. When an unexpected job applicant arrives, Chad sets out to teach him the rules of horror. And then you got a guy who looks like he's very scared talking on the phone. Now, so I'm trying to get some light on this, but and that is hard to see. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 directors, but 4 and 5 have an and. So I wonder if they work together. I'm not going to try to decipher this because it is really dark. I could see that it's not rated. It's widescreen. I cannot see where it's. Yeah, that's about all I could do. You could probably see it better there. I just get it dark. And there's the inside. So it's just the front. Shudder has got its card, which is the your 30-day free trial for Shudder. And then some movies on the back. Bliss I've not seen. Deadlands I've not seen. Mandy, of course, I've seen. It's Nicolas Cage. Haunt, I believe I've seen. 3 from Hell I've seen. Oh, I didn't know that was a Shudder exclusive. And then there's Creepshow, the new Creepshow. I think I have that version of Haunt. I do own a movie called Haunt, but I didn't know it was a Shudder exclusive. Okay. Okay. The next one is called Blood Sombrero. And kind of digging that cover. It's got kind of like a 70s feel to it. And as Jonathan Moody over at Indie Film Cafe pointed out, this is directed by Abel Berry. So it's written and directed by Abel Berry and Jennifer Stone. I like the font. I like the 2 guns. And of course the, excuse me. I like this, like the face and makeup, kind of like the Day of the Dead. A woman with a sword. Looks like maybe a samurai sword. Looks like this is this person here. We got a guy kissing his gun. And then we got some fighting on the streets. I recognize the name Abel Berry, but I couldn't tell you what else he's done. Who does this? So this is that E1, just the letter E1. Origin Releasing is the other one that's on here. It says kill everyone. We have a guy in a very fluffy coat. Got like something from the 70s or the 80s. So let's see if anybody else. Both Abel Berry and Jennifer Stone star in the movie. Music is by Abel Berry. 2015, it's not rated, it's widescreen, and it's 85 minutes. Okay, so let's, don't see anything else. All right, so let's see. Set in the South Texas town of, oh great, Sucio, San Sanjuri? Sucio Sanjuri? Pretty sure I mangled that one. Near the vicious Mexican border, Blood Sombrero stars Billy Blair as a nameless thief. I'm guessing that might be Billy Blair, right there. As a nameless thief hired by the ruthless crime lord Lucifer, that is Nick Gomez, to find a strange box with unknown contents. Meanwhile, a mysterious yet violent girl named Josephine, that is Paula Solinger, holds the box while the run from the deranged cult she once belonged to. Hot on her trail are two crooked cops, Fred Dose, or Doss maybe, and Stephen Brody, and a psychotic bounty hunter named Coffin. Their paths ultimately collide in an explosion of blood-soaked chaos, leaving our anti-heroes to decide whether this box is worth their lives. Okay. So here you have a woman here, looking kind of sexy. Got a bunch of guys standing there. And then we got girl in a bee suit and a guy holding the gun. So maybe that's Abel Berry and Jennifer Stone. Maybe. I don't know. Well, it's different. So I can't complain. Okay. Now the next one has a slip jacket, and I like slip jackets. So this is the Battle of I want to say Harlem, but I think I'm pronouncing that wrong, as there's two A's. Harlem, the Battle of Harlem? The Battle of Harlem? Mother Warrior Legend. And it's got slip jacket there, which is nice. This is from ITN. Cover's okay. At least it's an action-y cover. It's got some decent colors on it. There's its side. And let's see. Exactly the same. So I could just put this back in here. This is directed by might be Martin, then Tree Yoon your Tree Your Net. Tree Your Net. Martin also has two A's in it. So I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Anybody know? No. 2014. Widescreen, 113 minutes, action drama, not rated. Okay, let's see. So, driven by grief and hatred following the execution of her youngest daughter, Keanu, the production company is called Keanu Productions. Okay. Keanu finds herself leading a gang of women into an epic, heroic battle against the Spanish. It's a lot of people. Against the Spanish. That's a lot of people. So we got both of them. I'm assuming that's Keanu. That looks like the same guy there. That looks like Keanu. And that could be Keanu again with the guy standing behind her. And woman with maybe an explosive, like it has like a gunpowder in it, or maybe alcohol. Could be booze. Could be like wine or something. Okay. Let's take a look inside. Same thing. All right, so now we get into some of the bigger known films, and some I've seen, some I haven't. So the first one is a film that I did have an interest in, but I even have more of an interest in since I'm more into politics than I ever have been. And I remember when this happened, so I was interested in watching this film. So it's Battle in Seattle. And it's 6 lives, 6 battles, 1 city. The film is a triumph from New York Magazine, and it's got a fair amount of people in it. So Andre Benjamin, Jennifer Carpenter, Woody Harrelson, Martin Henderson, Ray Iola, Michelle Rodriguez, Channing Tatum, and Charlize Theron. So I remember when this happened, but I'm not entirely sure why it happened. So that's something I need to look at. This is Echo Bridge. Excuse me. The cover has kind of an indie feel to it. I mean, you want to get your stars in there. So my prediction is businesswoman, obviously cop, protesters, protester. Like she's trapped in the middle. Woody just looks mean right there. He looks mad. Tatum is probably the guy who's like, oh, I don't know if we should be beating these people or not. And then we got the protesters here. And then we have our one guy down here that's by Woody Harrelson. So I don't know what he's doing. He doesn't look upset. He just looks more content. Okay, so we got our back here. And we got the Seattle Skyline. There's Jennifer Carpenter there. Looks like Michelle Rodriguez is getting arrested. More Skyline, Charlize Theron. Or she's maybe married to like one of the cops or something, because she looks too fancy to be a protester. So I think maybe she's married to like maybe Woody Harrelson. And then there's Channing Tatum is over here with somebody standing behind him. The review is riveting and provocative, a powerful wake-up call for everyone. And that comes from movieguru.com. There's another one here, staged with stunning passion and skill, from Entertainment Weekly. This is directed by Stuart Townsend. I know that name. Written and directed by, produced by Stuart Townsend. So let's see if there's any other names in here. A lot of different production companies. Connie Nielsen. It's the only other name that stands out. Yeah. It says that this was made with the participation of the film or video production service tax credit. 2009, Silver Media Films. Oh, looks like this might have been shot up in Canada, even though it's supposed to be Seattle. It's rated R. Oh, why is it rated R? For language and some violence. 99 minutes, color, widescreen. 2017. Yeah, I should watch this. I like political stuff. So let's see. So maybe this will kind of refresh me on what happened. I just remember a bunch of people being beat by cops is what I remember. Just another day in America. Does the World Trade Organization promote the greater good, or does it exploit the poor, the working class, and the environment? Reviewed as being an even-handed account, the battle in Seattle mixes a talented cast, and then Andre Benjamin, Jennifer Carpenter, Woody Harrelson, Martin Henderson, Ray Iola, Michelle Rodriguez, Channing Tatum, and Charlize Theron. See, Charlize Theron got the "and" on that one. And storyline with actual footage to dramatize various points of view. In November 1999, activists gathered and succeeded in shutting down the WTO meetings on the first attempt to hold them in America. So, okay. Oh, okay. Well, this is not okay. Totally different. We got the cityscape there. That's not bad. And it says Battle in Seattle, 6 lives, 6 battles, 1 city. Yeah, 2017. Okay. I do want to see that. This one I did see, and it's a remake, and it's a big disappointment compared to the original. The original is with Charles Bronson. It's actually, I think, one of his best films. It also stars Jan Michael Vincent, probably in one of his best roles. And it is the remake of The Mechanic. There was no reason to remake this movie at all. So, but, I mean, I do like Jason Statham. Ben Foster's in it. He's good. And we got Donald Sutherland, who's good. So, yeah. I mean, if I didn't get it at Dollar Tree, I would just never watch it again or pick it up. If you can watch the original Mechanic, I highly suggest getting it. It's a great movie. All those kind of like 1970s, early 80s Charles Bronson stuff is really good. Very gritty. And yeah, even the front is boring. It's like they didn't even know how to advertise it, really. It's just him walking with a bag with a gun. Just looks boring. The most powerful criminals believe they're untouchable. They're dead wrong. That's what it says right there. This is Echo Bridge. Yeah, originally done through Millennium Films and New Image. Oh, it's Simon West. Simon West did a Con Air. So it probably has good action sequences. I just don't remember it very well. So the review is Jason Statham and Ben Foster are a poignant, lethal action combination. And that is from Chuck Welton from Fandango, from the director of Lara Croft Tomb Raider and Con Air, one of my favorite Nicolas Cage movies. So here we got... so Jason Statham, if I'm kind of going off of the original movie because I remember that better, aging like assassin, and he takes on a protege. So that would be him. That'd be Ben Foster. In the original movie, I believe it's to replace Charles Bronson, but he doesn't realize that at first, or he has some suspicions. It may be the same in here. I'm not entirely sure. I don't fully remember, but here we got Ben Foster. There's Jason Statham. We have a woman in robe, Ben Foster with a gun, and Donald Pleasance with long hair and a beard holding gun. Looks like he also has a Bluetooth in his ear right there. No special features on this at all. So this was originally 2010, but it came out 2021. Widescreen, 93 minutes color, rated R. You know, I like looking at these things. So that's, damn, that is tiny. Okay, wait. I think I got a light. For strong, brutal violence throughout, language, some sexual content, and nudity. But I can't read the really tiny stuff under rated R. That's too small. Is anybody else? Tony Goldwyn is in this. It's the only other person that I recognize. Mark Isham does the music. He's good. Yeah. Okay, so maybe this will kind of jar my memory on what this version is about. So let's see here. Author Bishop, Jason Statham, is a mechanic, an elite assassin with a unique talent for cleanly eliminating targets, ... And Bishop is the best in the business. It's always good in movies that we follow the best in the business, because if we followed somebody who was just average or kind of shitty, I don't know. I don't think the movie would be as well. So it's always good to follow the best. And we normally always follow the best at the very end of their career. We don't get to see them at their high point. We get to see them at the end of their career. Well, they got 3 days to retire. Oh, look, we got this young guy coming in. Is he maybe going to replace me and kill me? Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. But when his mentor and close friend, Harry, Donald Sutherland, is murdered, Bishop is intent on extracting revenge. His mission grows complicated when Harry's son, Steve Ben Foster, I don't think that's in the original, approaches him with the same vengeful goal. But while in pursuit of their ultimate mark, deceptions threaten to surface, and those hired to fix problems become problems themselves. There we go. He's really close to that explosion up there. Doesn't bother him, though. He's not even flinching. So he doesn't even flinch here either. That's how cool Jason Statham is. Oh, this is nice. Okay, so we have on the side here, very up on top, there's a red gun. And I don't know, it's hard to see why it's designed the way that it is. So it might just be pieces of the gun. But they took that. Oh, it's other guns. So this up there is this, which is really cool. Now I'm happy with this movie. They did something original. And this gun is just all a bunch of other guns to make one gun. There we go. Like that. Maybe hold it a little bit closer. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm not for guns, but I'm for movie guns. Okay. All right, the next one is a film that I enjoyed, but I was actually hoping that the daughter would be Emma Roberts, but that's who I thought it was when I actually originally saw the poster, but it is not. And this is The Family, which is not bad. It's a fun film. So it says up on top here, from Luc Besson, the producer of Taken and the executive producer. kind of Martin Scorsese. That's kind of weird. From Luc Besson, the producer of Taken, okay, and the executive producer, Martin Scorsese. So he's the executive producer, like nobody is above him, like the Batman or the Beatles. That's kind of weird. And the executive producer, that's got to be a typo. They got, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody tell me that that's correct. I don't think it is. Robert De Niro, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Tommy Lee Jones, who is not pictured on the cover here. So we got Michelle Pfeiffer, we got Robert De Niro, we have probably her daughter, and then we have the son. Oh, there's the dog. There's also a dog. So Michelle Pfeiffer is holding a lighter, like she's about to light it. De Niro is holding what looks like maybe is a shotgun, maybe. The daughter has a tennis racket and the son has a baseball bat. So they're obviously preparing to protect themselves. They're actually it's like a mafia family that's in like witness protection. I've said too much. Not a bad cover. I like the blacks and the reds, and I like how they're kind of how they're in black and white. Nice that they included the doggy. Some call it organized crime. Others call it family. Here's the side. This is also by Echo Bay. So this is, it's actually directed by Luc Besson. Okay. And we know Luc Besson from such films as like The Fifth Element. He did The Messenger. He did The Big Blue. I mean, he's produced and directed a lot of stuff. I mean, the Transporters films, just a ton of stuff. I mean, he's one of my favorite. He'd probably be in my maybe top 10 for one of my favorite directors. Screenplay is also by him. He's a co-writer on it. This is based on a novel. Yeah, it looks very French. Widescreen, 111 minutes, color. Made in 2013, but brought out through Echo Bay 2020. So let's look at that R rating down there. For violence, language, and brief sexuality. Relativity is part of this too. Europa Court. Okay, so let's see what this is about. After turning informant on a rival, mob boss Giovanni Manzoni, Robert De Niro, and his family are put into the witness protection program and sent to Norway, France. The family isn't fitting in there, and Giovanni's wife, Maggie, Michelle Foster, takes revenge on every person who says something bad about the family while their children use questionable means to fit into school. Robert Stansfield, Tommy Lee Jones, their FBI protector, is fed up with their tactics as their actions make them vulnerable. I know what I want to say. It's one of those words, vulnerable. Makes them like weak to somebody else, to Giovanni's enemies. So here we got them on the back here. Nice family picture. We're on here, they're holding weapons. Bullets all in the background there. So here we got De Niro. Looks like maybe he's holding a bat. De Niro and Pfeiffer, and then there's Pfeiffer. Pictures don't tell you much about the movie, though. And it's just the front. Okay. 2 left. All right, so this next one is one I remember seeing a long time ago, and I think I liked it. I think I thought it was funny. I'd have to watch it again, but it's 21 and over. From the writers of The Hangover. That's maybe why I saw it, because I'm a huge Hangover trilogy fan. It's one of my favorite trilogies. Then we got our three main guys here. I'm guessing that's a fake ID that probably says, that he's 21 or over. And they're having a party. I got to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Miles there. Not a fan. He just kind of reminds me of like a low rent John Cusack. Sorry, just never been a big fan of him. Yeah, so this is something called physical media relativity. Let's see. Once again, it says from the writers of The Hangover. Oh, that's part of the description. Okay. So it says, for the writers of The Hangover comes a reckless and raunchy comedy 21 years in the making. On the day before his critical review, straight A college student Jeff Chang, I am assuming that is Jeff Chang, gets a surprise visit from his two best buds to celebrate his 21st birthday. I'm guessing these are the two best buds. In no mood to party, Jeff finally agrees to a single drink, which quickly leads to an over-the-top, out-of-control night filled with epic beer bong, smoking hot co-eds, ... and one angry buffalo. Why is the buffalo angry? What did they do to the buffalo? Can Jeff's friends get their plastered pal cleaned up in time for his morning appointment? It's worth a shot. See what they did there? It's worth a shot because it's drinking like a shot. Shot. See? Maybe not. So that's what it's about. And then we got special features, our Tower of Power, levels of intoxication, and gag reel. This is directed by I believe the two writers of The Hangover. So written and directed by John Lucas and Scott Moore. See if there's anybody else in this. Miles Teller. Just not a fan of the guy, man. No, they mention. No, I don't recognize anybody. Well, music supervisor, Happy Walters. I've seen his name a couple times. That's not a bad thing. Yeah, not seeing much more. It is rated R. Man, they put it right over a picture. Crude and sexual content, persuasive language, some graphic nudity, sold drugs and drinking. Hoping the nudity is female, but you know what? I'm a progressive type of guy, I'm progressive. If it's guy nudity, it's kind of like that and let it go, or just accept it. That's fine. It's so 2013 color, 93 minutes, widescreen. That's pretty much. So we got, so that might be Jeff Chang there. That looks like Jeff Chang there because he's got the license on his head. There's Miles. There's Jeff Chang maybe being arrested, and he's wearing a bra and he's been written on. Miles and the other friend, there's Jeff Chang. So here's a girl here. There's the two buddies there. And we got a bunch of like bottle caps. There's a beer glass. We got some limes. Okay. And it says 2013, but then 2012 down here. Okay, it's a different picture. It's from this scene, but I kind of like it. It's a different picture, at least. I like how like the 21 and over is kind of like a spray paint. And they're just all yelling there. Looks like they're having a good time. I bet this is fun. I saw it a long, long, long time ago. I don't remember one thing, but I bet this is fun. And now our last one. This is a collection. I wanted to show it to you guys because I would have never pictured these two people in a collection together. It's old school stuff, and but it's worth picking up for some of the films in it. It is the Grant Hope Comedy Collection. So it's starring Cary Grant and Bob Hope, who is not on the cover. This is from Pop Flicks, and it features the films His Girl Friday, which is good, Charade, which is excellent. That's with Cary Grant. The Amazing Adventure, My Favorite Brunette, Road to Bali, and Road to Hollywood. Over 8 hours on 2 DVDs. 2 DVDs. Love Cary Grant. Charade is just awesome. And then we got inside here. There we go. And it's back. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 movies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pictures. So unlike one of the other ones that I did, which was like a sci-fi collection, that Termination one, these seem to match the movies, so you know what you're getting. So the first one is His Girl Friday from 1940, and that is directed by Howard Hawks, who's an excellent director. John Carpenter loves him. He based a lot of his early films on like Howard Hawks' directing style and some of his stories and stuff. Howard Hawks is an excellent director. And then we have Charade, and that is 1963. Ooh, it's widescreen. And that's got a Cary Grant, Audrey Hepburn, Walter Matthau, and it's directed by Stanley Donovan, another good director. He also did a film called Saturn III that I'm a fan of. A lot of people think it's hit and miss. I really enjoy it. Then the next one is The Amazing Adventure, 1936. That is with Cary Grant, and he's looking young right there. And oh yeah, so there's Cary Grant with Audrey Hepburn right there. And then, then the picture for His Girl Friday. And then you have My Favorite Brunette. So you get 1, 2, 3 Cary Grants, and 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, because there's, looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 Cary Grant, 3 Bob Hope. So Bob Hope then starts with My Favorite Brunette from 1947. Oh, look at that. It's got Peter Lorre and Lon Chaney Jr. in it. That's pretty awesome. Then Road to Bali. The Road 2 movies are very funny. Family Guy took that from Bob Hope and Bing Crosby, because they did a whole bunch of Road 2 ... movies. And that's where the Brian and Stewie Road 2 movies or episodes come in for Family Guy. So this is Road to Bali. So we got Bob Hope, we got Bing Crosby. Oh, shit. Appearances by Humphrey Bogart, Dean Martin, and Jerry Lewis? Nice. And then we got Road to Hollywood, 1946. And, oh, that doesn't even list Bob Hope, just as Bing Crosby. Directed by Bud Pollard. So I wonder if he's even, if maybe he's not in it. So maybe it looks like 3 Cary Grant, 2 Bob Hope, and 1 Bing Crosby. The total running time on this is 8 hours, 17 minutes. It is playable in all regions. It came out in 2008. They are digitally remastered, interactive menus, and scene selector. His Girl Friday is black and white. Charade is in color. Widescreen on Charade is, that's going to look good. The Amazing Adventure is black and white. My Favorite Brunette is black and white. Road to Bali is color, and Road to Hollywood is black and white. So let's see. His Girl Friday, a convincing newspaper editor not convincing, conniving. A conniving newspaper reporter learns his ace reporter ex-wife is retiring to settle down with her stuffy fiance. Determined to keep her on staff and win back her heart, he entices her into covering the hottest story in town. So I'm guessing that's probably the stuffy fiance. Charade. A woman is caught in a web of intrigue involving her murdered husband and his missing fortune. Pursued by the police and a trio of gangsters, she accepts the protection of a suave stranger. But can this charming bachelor really be trusted? Filmed in Paris. There's another one out there called Arabesque that's also really good too. Same type of like thriller. The Amazing Adventure. A young millionaire playboy makes a huge bet with his psychiatrist that he can become a successful business tycoon without using his family's inheritance. On his climb up the corporate ladder, he falls in love with a young secretary. Will he lose the bet? Will he lose the bet? Oh, will he lose the bet to win the girl? There we go. My Favorite Brunette. A frustrated baby photographer yearns to be a famous gumshoe a la Alan Ladd, seen here in a cameo, okay? His fantasy goes awry when he is mistakenly hired by a beautiful brunette to track down a missing baron, only to find himself framed for murder. Okay, that's Bob Hope. Then Road to Bali. 2 American vaudevillians, that would be Bob Hope and Bing Crosby, stranded in Australia, sign on as deep sea divers off the island of Bali. They both fall for the same. I'm not sure what that is. I'm guessing like a voluptuous, maybe something like that. That's not the word, but island princess while contending with all sorts of jungle dangers. The 6th and final installment in the Road to ... films. Oh, so they made 6 Road to movies. Okay. I don't know. I'm not sure how to pronounce that word, but I know what it is. It's like sexy, the sexy or, island princess. Then the last one is Road to Hollywood, an entertaining and informative documentary on the rise of fame of Bing Crosby, featuring clips and his musical comedies made at the Mack Sennett Studios between 1931 and 1932, narrated by the director, Bud Pollard. Okay, so it's a documentary about Bing Crosby. Okay, so it's not really a Road 2, but they're just using the Road 2 title. Okay, all right, well, let's take a look inside. Okay. So boring, but I mean, it would have been nice maybe to do Cary Grant on one and Bob Hope on the other. That would have been nice. So we got 3 movies over here: His Girl Friday, Charade, The Amazing Adventure. Then on disc 2, my favorite, Brunette, Road to Bali, and Road to Hollywood. So, but since Cary Grant is awesome, it's fine to have 2 pictures of it. Just would have been more fair to have Bob Hope on at least one on this one, since these are Bob Hope movies, except for the last one. All right, this is something I'm actually very happy with. I didn't realize that there was even like a Bing Crosby like solo thing on here. Okay. All right, so that's it. We've gone through all of them. So let's do the recap, and then I'll let you guys go because you're probably busy with things. I know I am. All right, so I say this every time. We start where we ended. And so we got the Grant Hope Comedy Collection. I highly recommend this, even though I haven't seen some of the films, but it's definitely worth picking up even just for Charade. So if you find this, pick it up. There are some other 2-packs also. There's like a zombie one that's there. There's like a Robin Hood one. So if you find these 2-packs, pick them up. They're pretty cool. Then we have 21 and Over. Looks like it might be fun. The Family. So we got some mafia comedy here. I remember enjoying it. I liked it. The Mechanic, remake of The Mechanic, which I remember not really liking. Battle in Seattle, which interests me because I'm political and I'd like to kind of see what happened. Easy enough to look up, I guess. Probably even real footage on YouTube. But it's got a good cast, so worth watching there. The Battle of Harlem Battle of Harlem, I guess. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but Blood Sombrero. Scare Package from Shudder. Now we got some Blu-rays. Broken Swords, The Last in Line. And remember, this is Blu-ray and DVD, so that's worth picking up. And then Last Call, and this is also Blu-ray and DVD. And then there's the upgrade from DVD to Blu-ray with Being. So pick that up. And that's also DVD and Blu-ray combo pack. All right. There we go. Another one down. So thanks, everybody. And I'll still be making videos from time to time. I'm still doing some stuff with Indie Film Cafe, but I just need to take a break for a little bit, like I said, and I need to get some writing done. If you follow me on Facebook, and hopefully I'll be a little more on Instagram and Twitter. But yeah, you'll be seeing stuff in the near future for a short film I'm doing called Delete. Then you're going to be seeing stuff for Aximus 3 and 4 that I got to get done this year. So those 3 things I got to get done. And then there's some other stuff coming up. So I have an Amityville project that I'm probably going to be working on. And there's other things too. Plus I'll be working on other people's projects as, acting or just doing crew. So a lot of stuff happening for this year, and hopefully we'll all get done. And then in between, I'll throw out the occasional video. And I already have people lined up for future One Filmmakers. So the last one of those for a little bit is coming up on Wednesday. And then I'm going to continue with that in a little bit. So yeah, I guess that's it. And thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. Please like, comment, share, do all that good stuff down below. And I will talk with you later. Bye. Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging out after the video. And thank you for watching the very first Dark Park Films sponsored video. And who is that sponsor? Well, I've now learned if I do this with my hands, they go to the right area. There we go. That would be Wildlife Command Center Coffee. And you can purchase it right there. You can go to their website, which is buyWCC.com, and pick up their coffee. They have 2 blends, which I'm going to show you now. The first coffee is this one right here. This is a breakfast blend. It's 10 ounces, and it is a medium ground. And it does say, and it's breakfast, like I said, and this is what it says right here. It says, early bird can catch the worm. So there you go, a breakfast blend coffee that helps you catch the worm in the morning. And I really like this one. I'm more of a breakfast kind of blend coffee guy in the morning. So this one I really like. It has that little bit of oomph to it to kind of get you moving, get you up and out. And so I really enjoy this one, but that doesn't mean that I don't like the other one, which is this one right here. This is a dark roast. It is also 10 ounces, and both of these are $7.99 at their website. Pretty good price for 10 ounces worth of ground coffee. This one is, it's a little darker. So it's, I think it's better for drinking at night. Maybe if you're, writing a screenplay or if you're filming, this has got that oomph, that double punch to get you going. So this is one that I also recommend. I like both of these quite a bit, but I kind of do, the breakfast in the morning and then the dark more at night. So I recommend both of these quite a bit. And how did I find out about these two, these 2 coffees here? And how did I find out about Wildlife Command Center? Well, when I was working on Night of the Zomghouls, there was a box of coffee that was just sitting there, filled with coffee. And we didn't know what to do with it. Like, whose is this? Who brought it? Why is it here? And so we just kept going to the store and buying coffee. And then one day I said, why don't we just get the coffee out of the box and use that instead of, wasting money on going to Smith's or whatever and picking up coffee. So we did. We did not realize that it was the Wildlife Command Center coffee and that it, was sponsoring the movie. And it was great coffee. Everybody loved it. And we just went right through it. By the last day of filming, this coffee was gone. And I went and found out, about Wildlife Command Center, asked if they would like to be a sponsor for Dark Park Films, for their coffee. As many of you know, I love coffee. I love coffee mugs. And so this was a perfect match. And Wildlife Command Center is great with animals. So they provide a great service for rescuing animals. So it's kind of that double whammy for me, where coffee, helping animals, you can't go wrong. And they were even cool enough to send me, get in there, a coffee mug, because they knew that I liked coffee mugs. And right now, I don't get that. A little bit. I want to go on the keyboard, but that's their dark blend, because I'm recording this at night. So I am actually drinking that while recording. Also, one thing that you can get at their website, which is cool, is you can get this. There you go. This pocket knife, which is $9.49. And this is pretty cool because it has their name on it. Wildlife Command Center, we can catch it. And this is what it looks like. Put that down there. There we go. Fully out. So you're getting like the bottle opener, you got the corkscrew, you got a screwdriver, you got a blade, and then you got this little hook thing that you can pop it into something that doesn't have a tab, and then the liquid or whatever in there will come out. So this is pretty cool. And I'm just going to keep mine in my car because you never know. You might need a pocket knife. So please support them. I'm going to have links down below, where you can, check out just the Wildlife Command Center. I'll also have a link for Wildlife Command Center coffee, and it will basically be for both these guys right here. And please support them. I support them. I think what they do is pretty awesome. And maybe this coffee will be on your set or in your kitchen. It will definitely be, on my set in my kitchen. I know that. So please, once again, I'm going to show you these. Please go to their website and pick up their coffee and make it part of your day or night, depending on which one you like. So that'll be about it. I really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with me. And yeah, so thank you. And once again, please support my channel. Please support the Wildlife Command Center. And I will catch you later.